going to start with the side plank. So, and again, I'll layer this one up. Elbow underneath your shoulder, and it might be lifting up your hips with your knee bent. And it's a leg lift. I can see all my leg. I'm going to do that because my leggings are getting all sweaty. Can't put things like that on YouTube. So leg lift. Now option, bring in your weight. Lift your weight up. And you could take like a bit of a action like this or just hold. Depends how fast you like to do your leg lift really with that one. Think about the stretch here for the chest. So really think about staying strong in the chest, try not to collapse in the chest. Now if you want the more progressive version, it's the straight leg underneath. So up to you which one you want to be on. 8 left. Keep breathing. Keep those hips lifted. 2, 1, bring that down, and then it's the twist. And again, you can do that with that bottom knee bent. Bring that weight through, opening up. Really try not to let the chest collapse on this one. So really think about lifting, opening at that the top point extension. Breathing out as you lift. 3 left. 2. Last one. Lowering that all the way down. Lower yourself all the way down to clams. Heels in line with hips, in line with shoulders. Lift and lower. Hopefully you should get to the glute med pretty quickly. If not, just check that you're going to sort of almost tip forwards down your front. Then just check you're pulling in pelvic floor, TVA. Three more. You're feeling that there? Straighten the legs. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg, arm up and over, and we can bring the weight in. So lift, lift, arm up for the balance, and then release if you want more. Lift, lift, rib cage, arm up for balance, and then release. 2 more. Lift, lift. Think about length here. Squeeze those glutes, stretch your feet away from the body. Be as long as you can. Last one. Lift, lift, rib cage if you've got it. Then think about reaching those feet away from the body and release. We're going to do a big release of all those side exercises with the side kick. So flex the top foot, kick that sideways, point the toe, bring it back. So it's a hamstring release. If you want to add in hands behind head, if you've got that space, and then you can drop the elbow forwards, open out the chest. So we've worked the strength there on the twist when we were in our side plank, and this really works with your stretch. So you can really open out. 1 more. Hug that knee into the chest. And then release, we'll go to the other side. So we start on the side plank. So whichever one you did on the last one. Elbow under shoulder. Lift up the hips, you've had that knee down. Arm up. Leg left. Or maybe you liked a little bit more tricky, leg straight. It will get a little bit more harder for your glute med with the leg straight. Strengthening work. So noticing if you are going for the legs straight, what happens with the chest, does it collapse? Also the head. So try and keep the head in line with the spine. Try not to hold the breath. Keep breathing. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Into those twists. Coming round, opening. Try not to collapse in the chest. Try and breathe out for your twist. Breathe in at the top. 4 left. 2. Last one. Lowering carefully down from the side plank. Set yourself up in a clam. Bend the knees, heels. Lift the heels up, level with the hips, in line with the hips, the shoulders. Lift that top knee lower. Hand on hip, just check that you're not super opening with that, so you've got that around the back, the glute med firing. If you can, just looking forwards. It's really tempting to look down at the knees, but then you're kind of pushing the neck down, which is kind of encourages that kind of poor posture stuff. So try and just look forwards. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Double check you're pulling in TVA, pelvic floor. 4 more. Release, and then we go with our lengthening, so straighten out the legs. Again, you can put in your weights with this one if you want. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg. Lift the arm up and over, then release. Then we go again, lift, lift. If you can, rib cage, balance. Ooh. And then lift. Then just have a moment, a pause, where you're just thinking about length, pushing those feet away from you as much as you can, and then release. 3 more. Really work with that balance at the top point. For me, I find this side a lot harder. Having that moment just to stretch. Last one. Releasing down, and then take that big release of the side kick, so flex the foot into your hamstring stretch, release. You might also feel your calf muscle there as well with the flex and the point. And then if you liked the twist, hands behind head, just opening out with the chest, and then drop, elbow down at the front, and then opening out. I have to adjust because of the wall. 3 more. Breathing out as you kick forwards and you open with the chest. Breathing in as you drop the elbow forwards. Last one. When you're ready then, roll on, quick hug of the knee. Hug the knee into the chest, sorry. Forgot that last little stretch in there. For the glutes. Ready to release then, and we're going to come onto our backs. Get yourself comfy, pelvic tilt. Find yourself a neutral spine. Length at the back of the neck. If you need to grab a cushion, if your chin lifts up to the ceiling, grab a cushion, put it behind the head. Shoulders relaxed. So if you can just walk the feet towards the end of the mat slightly, we want right angles at the backs of the knees. 5 sets of 4 toe taps, 8 pulses, and an 8-second hold. We'll progress as we go. Palms up if you can when you're doing your toe taps. It just helps open the chest. So feet hip width apart. 4 toe taps. 4. Hips still here. So imprint. Use pelvic floor. Use TVA. Imprint the lower back down. and 1. Lift head and shoulders, look to knees. Pulse the arms. 8, 7, 6. Keep the tummy still. Think about the imprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide hands towards your knees. Take the ribcage towards the hips. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Working a little bit more from tabletops if you choose. Find pelvic floor, find TVA imprint. 4 toe taps. 3, 2, and then 1. Lift and pulse. 8, 7. Think about your imprint. 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straightening legs, reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Completely reset. Place your feet down. Make it harder. Then reset. Ready. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Ready to pulse if you want to progress. Hover the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rising to teasers, hold. Lift up the chest, shoulders back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Release. Totally relax. Then reset. Makes it a little bit more tricky. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Lift and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Teasers if they're there for you. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. This is the last one. Ready to go. 4 toe taps. Reset. Imprint. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ready to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Completely release. Arms overhead. Full body stretch. Everything squeezed. Scrunch up the fists. Point the toes. Squeeze the glutes. Pull the tummies in. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Scrunch up your face. Big deep breath in. Breathing out, just let go of all those muscles. Completely relax. Cactus out the arms. Let the feet turn out. So from there, just bending the knees, just palms together, pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to round and come towards the side of the knee, and then bringing that back down. So one of the shoulders peels up and you sort of roll across the other one and around on a bit of a semicircle. Chin goes towards chest. So it's almost like a bit of a release there in the neck as well. Adding in, you could tabletop that. And then extend the opposite leg for your single leg stretch. Aim there to keep the hips still because they will want to wobble and tilt, and work with that imprint on the lower back. Keep that chin tucked down towards the chest. If it feels like too much with the tabletop, you could try a heel slide. It's quite a nice little way in. If it's not feeling that comfortable on the neck, you could just lift and then heel slide. And there's another little version, single leg stretch in there. Whichever one that you're working on, just go 4 more. Last one. Arms up to the ceiling, head down, palms are facing each other. Just turn so the palms go out. Lift the shoulders up. Keep the back of the head on the mat and then imprint them back down. Twist the wrists and lift. And then imprint them down. Twist it so that the palms are facing as you press down. A really nice shoulder release. Just one more. And then just turn it so that the palms go out, but don't take the lift. Arms over your head. Notice what happens there with the back. Try not to allow it to arch. So lower back stays down, mid back stays down, particularly mid upper back. Thoracic will want to lift with that one. See if you can keep the chin dipped and the length of the back of the neck. If you feel like you can keep your spine down imprinted, you could perhaps work at taking it over, then sweeping it round. Big circles. Nice long out breaths. Breathing out as you circle. Option to bring in your double leg stretch, so almost a hug on the knees, and then as the arms go over the head, lengthening. Imprinting, lower back down, but also you've got that awareness there of the mid, the upper back, the thoracic as well. Not allowing that to lift as the arms take over the head. Length staying at the back of the neck. 4 more double leg stretch. Still taking those really long out breaths. And then taking a T shape with the arms, bending the knees, breathing out, just let both knees drop across to one side, lower back release. Chest stretch. You might want to just stay on a stretch, or you might want to move through, so bend back to center, then over to the other side. So again, whatever your body needs. Sometimes we need stillness, sometimes we need to move. Another option, a little bit more hamstring work, is tabletop that, then drift that across, extend to the corners of the room. Bending in the middle, imprinting lower back down. Take it across, extend. Whichever one you're working on, 4 more. Try and breathe out into the stretch, into the extension. Last one. Placing the feet down, we're going to hamstring stretch. So just straightening one leg, either holding hamstring or whatever you can get hold of if you've got a bit more higher up. You could always put a cushion behind your head if you want as well. That feels a bit more comfortable. Push away at the back of the knee. We'll just take a 30-second stretch. Perhaps circling with the foot for a bit of juicy ankle stretching. I've definitely been enjoying my stretching more in the heat, because I just feel like my muscles will give me a little bit more, really. It's quite nice. Then we'll swap legs. Just be aware of the hips, that we're not kind of hitching the hips or tilting the hips to get into the hamstrings. And taking those nice ankle circles for the feet. Pushing away at the back of the knee, find that central hamstring. Just slowing down the breath. So placing the feet down, just bring them so they're a little bit closer, you can touch your heels, they're hip width apart, and then just taking a pelvic tilt. And maybe with the pelvic tilt you can feel your hip flexors getting a little bit of release, your quads. Pull the pelvic floor in, pull in on the TVA. Maybe you feel the lower back release with that. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed. If you're adding in, we're going to lift up the hips, squeeze the glutes, bring the arms up and over. Chin goes towards chest, length of the back of the neck, extending one leg. Squeezing the glutes, keep those hips still, both arms down, both arms back. 4 times, that's 1. Keep squeezing in the glutes, don't let those hips tilt. Try not to hold in the breath. Last one. Arms down, arms back. Bring the foot back down. Lower it all the way back down. Reset, go to the other side. So tilt in the pelvis, squeezing in the glutes. Extend the leg. Arms up and over. Length at the back of the neck. Squeezing in those glutes, then try not to let the hips tilt. You might find this side a little bit weaker. You chose it second. So squeeze a little bit harder. Try not to hold the breath. Last time, arms up and over. Return that leg down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring yourself down, hug knees into chest. A little bit of a rock or a circle for a release. If you can, see if you can rock yourself all the way up to a seated position. How are we doing? It's 8 o'clock. Mario, do you need to go? Are you going swimming? Are you okay? No, cool. I might keep going if that's okay. 5 more minutes? People are happy with that? Yeah, cool. So we'll go with the weights on a slow roll down. So knees, feet, hip width apart. Curve, C-shape the spine. See if you can come all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, and you can keep the weight close to your body. You can stretch it over the head and then bring it in, chin into chest, rolling it all the way up, and then extend. Now we can see if we can get that upright position at the top. Coming down, C-shape the spine, and then extend. Now one way you can do this, if you actually hold the weight that way, so like that helps hold the ends, and then you've almost got your hands like shoulder width, and then it's easier to get that nice lift at the top. Nice and slow, and extending it over the head, chin into chest. So because we're using the weight, it's almost easier, but then don't forget to actually turn and switch on the core muscles with this one. So as you start to curl up, think about the pelvic floor, think about pulling in, hollowing towards the hips, the TVA. So you've got that one, you can stick with that one, or if you want to take the rolling version, so again you can hold on to the weights, it's roll back, it's opening out, roll back, or roll back up, teasers. Okay, so up to you which one you want to work with, or you want to have a go with both. Opening out, and you've got your teasers. 2 more, whichever one that you're on. Trying not to hold the breath. Putting the weight down, and you're going to use the exact same muscles now, but without the weights. Straighten the legs, flex the feet. Reaching up, breathing in, Breathing out, you can circle the arms if you want, coming all the way down. Full body stretch, breathe in. Breathing out, chin into chest. Bring yourself up. Just get your, right up on your sit bones, get a bit of a wiggle. And then bring yourself forwards, hamstring stretch. Keep working through, 3 more. Nice and slowly bringing yourself down. Get that right position. 2 left. How does it feel coming from working with the weights to coming into a bit more of a stretch, but still working with the strength and the core. You can almost think about a little bit more length. So after coming out of the weights, you can almost think about just getting a pause, and as you're coming up to this top point, getting a little bit more of a reach. As you're coming forwards, getting a little bit further in there. Release, then we come to finish with a spine twist. So seated position, either on a cushion, or if you can just get that nice upright position. Sometimes actually I just hold on to my legs and I really think about lifting up my ribcage and my chest and take my shoulders down just to get up there. Palms together. Breathing in, get tall. And then breathing out, a very slow twist. And then breathing in, get tall. I find that I do a lot of other twists like in yoga, but none of them achieve the same feeling as this spine twist. This one, the long strands, either side of the spine. We're going to go 2 more, but this time breathe in, get tall. Breathing out, just let the arms float down and then use your fingertips. So get your arms down, one behind you, one in front. And just have a pause and work into an extension for a couple of breaths. Recenter, palms together. Breathe out into your spine twist and then release the arms, put your fingertips in. Couple of breaths. Coming back round, palms together, namaste.